So we're out here working on the red truck today, and this thing's had a fuel leak for a little while, and it looks like this fuel filter manager with 240,000 miles on it is, well, it's time to go. So we're going to be upgrading to a more modern spin-on filter, and in the process we're going to be changing a couple things. So as you can see, I've got the alternator pulled out already, and I'm going to go ahead and make a bracket, and I think we're going to wind up sticking this filter base somewhere in this vicinity. And we're going to retain the fuel pressure gauge, but we're also going to be getting rid of the water and fuel sensor, the preheater. It's just going to be a pretty simple filter setup. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what the plan is to lay out the filter head, and we'll take it from there. All right, so this is the setup. This is a Wix filter base. You can just use a 4770 and get it at Napa. And then this is a Russell -6 inline check valve, which I had on the green truck. And then this is the inlet upgrade from Quadstar. And the rest of this is just fittings that I sourced from my local hydraulic shop. This is the filter we're going to be running, Caterpillar, so you know it's good. So basically, we have 1/2 inch coming in from the lift pump. I'm not sure if I covered it in the short bed swap video, but I wound up putting a Raptor 4G 100 gallon/hour adjustable pressure lift pump on the truck. So we're gonna have 1/2 inch coming in, 3/8 going out. We're gonna have our pressure tap here for the gauge. So 1/2 inch push lock to here, 3/8 into the check valve, and then depending on how we wind up orienting everything, I might use one or both of these to get it situated correctly. This is the fitting, and gets us to -6 JIC, so that's real nice. On the back of the motor, we have 1/2 inch coming up. We're going to use this bulkhead fitting to attach the line to the engine so it's not just flapping around. And then if this is straight, we use a straight fitting. If it's 90, we use a 90-degree fitting. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and get that bracket made up, and I'll show you guys what happens after that. This is the bracket I came up with. This is probably quarter plate. There's my earbud. Couldn't get this bolt, M10 150, couldn't get it long enough to put the nut on the back side of this, so I got to tap instead. Tap the bottom hole. So this is going to go in there like whit. Put the filter on the back side right in front of the master cylinder. So I'm just going to clean this up. I got a little cutting to do there, a little cutting and drilling to do there. Probably throw a quick coat of paint on this, bolt it into place, stab the alternator back in, and then once the alternator's back in, the truck will run, and then I can pull these out so that this can go inside so I don't drop diesel fuel on the driveway. So this took a little bit of figuring, but I think it's going to look pretty good. So here's the finished product for the bracket. This is facing forward. We're going to have the filter on the backside. Got everything drilled, got the corner beveled, and gonna hit it with some paint. Then we're going to get to work assembling the filter head. So that's what we wound up with. So we got the bulkhead at the back, a little twisted piece of steel there to clock her sideways, the 90-degree fitting up to the inlet of the filter, pressure gauge, out to the injection pump with our check valve and a 90 there. Gotta say, pretty pleased with how it looks. It's a lot cleaner than it was before, and it's a lot cleaner than some of the other setups I've seen. Still a lot to do. Gotta clean all this stuff up at some point. I'm gonna have to tuck some wires. Really want to try to make this engine bay look as presentable as possible. Got to get rid of the water drain here, and then these are the remnants of the hard lines still sitting on the back side of the motor. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn the key on, let the lift pump cycle. I'm going to crack a fitting right here at the injection pump, hopefully minimize the amount of air that we get in the system, and then basically once it's running, check for leaks. So we'll see what happens. Well, I'm pretty pleased with how that came out. I think it looks good, it fits good. Definitely increase in fuel flow over the stock setup. Got a nice off-the-shelf, inexpensive, readily available spin-on fuel filter. And now we can continue cleaning this thing up and getting it ready for additional work coming in the future. So, hope this helped. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.